There's another among them, another category of hypocrites. These are people who accepted Islam, but they didn't realize that they were signing up for something very serious. In other words, I'll give you there's a big difference between that Islam and this Islam. Big difference. When somebody accepts Islam today, maybe somebody lives in an apartment by themselves, their parents have passed away, they're alone, and they decide that they just go YouTube some videos, they watch somebody's video, they saw Sheikh Yusuf Estes or something, or watch something from Mufti Menk, and they say, Islam is interesting. And they start watching a few videos and they decide they want to become Muslim, then they Google the closest masjid, they go there, take Shahada. They become Muslim. How has their life changed? Their life has changed because pork is gone, alcohol is gone, now they're starting to wake up really early and pray. Some changes have come in their life, yes? But back then, I want you to understand, in Medina, when somebody accepted Islam, it wasn't just that their diet changed, or now they're going to fast in Ramadan, or they're going to pray 5 times a day. You know what it meant? It meant that they are joining a campaign, a struggle, and they are directly offending Quraysh. They are becoming enemies of the biggest tribe in Arabia. They are declaring war against the most powerful force in the region. Only by taking the Shahada, it was an act of loyalty to Islam, which means it was an act of war against Quraysh. It's going to come with consequences. Isn't it true that the Sahaba, the people of Makkah who accepted Islam, didn't they get in big trouble? Why did they get in big trouble? They weren't even halal and haram food hadn't been revealed yet. Most of that time, 5 prayers haven't even been revealed yet. Laws of riba were not revealed yet. Fasting was not revealed yet. Clothing restrictions were not revealed yet. Nothing of the things you think about when you think of Islam was there in Makkah. Almost nothing of it was there in Makkah. There was no fasting yet. There was no 5 daily prayer yet. That was much later in Makkah. There was no clothing restrictions yet for women. There was no prohibition of alcohol yet. Nothing. Why are they getting in trouble? Because when you accept Islam, you've declared your loyalties to the Prophet ﷺ, which means you have undeclared your loyalties to your tribe and who they worship. It was an act of defiance. So when you accept Islam in that day, basically you've joined a military. I'm putting it simply to you. Basically you are ready to join a military. You're not just accepting a religion. You're joining a movement. Now the thing is, these people saw this religion, it makes sense. There's one God, there's this beautiful revelation, beautiful words that we've never heard before. All of it makes sense. It appeals to my inner self, it appeals to my inner nature. This is something that just resonates with me. It's a rational faith. I'm going to accept. My heart connects with this faith, I'm going to accept it. But then call came for spending in the path of Allah, migrating in the path of Allah, fighting in the path of Allah. Quraysh are coming. And now you better prepare a military. And the Prophet ﷺ is going to ask for these people who just accepted Islam to join the army. And they're like, we didn't sign up for this. I just wanted to pray. I like praying. I like recitation. I want to fix my tajweed and stuff. But this whole Badr business, where did that come from? I'm just a farmer, man. I don't even have something to fight with. And most of us, we don't even have swords. You want us to go into battle? I mean, if you study the number of swords at Badr, it'll tell you how much military background these people had. Just the number of swords. For the meager militia of 313. For these people even to be mentally willing to go and fight. You understand what was being asked of them. So what I'm saying is they accepted Islam genuinely. But when they realized that Islam requires a lot of sacrifices, serious sacrifices of money and of self, then they decided to take a few steps back and say, I don't know if this is for me. I'm not so sure if this is the best thing. I mean, before this, life in Yathrib was pretty easy. This is making things complicated. And who was there to gather those people and make their doubts even worse? Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. He had his political reasons for being a hypocrite, but he could prey on the ones that were weak in their faith and gather them around him. You understand? So these 2 groups of people make up the munafiqun. They go from weakness of iman to straight into nifaq, to hypocrisy.